the speech, I just want to take this time to say thank you to everyone that made today possible, starting with JG Mangkat for organizing and directing the rehearsal. Appreciate you, sir. Kuya Andrew, Sergeant First Class, thank you for leading us for the prayer today. Lieutenant McNamara for the opening remarks. I timed you, I think it was 1 minute, 10 seconds. So the food is getting colder, so I gotta eat that time. H2 Rivera and the 1st Med Battalion Color Guard, thank you. You guys executed very well. I think you guys just convinced CMC to re-enlist again. Thank you, ma'am, Lieutenant Mother Belkert, for your kind words. Sir, thank you for your kind words. Lieutenant Commander Orr, he flew from all the way from Hawaii just to be here, so I appreciate you too, ma'am. And Chief Dubs, met you when I was in HM2, thank you for being my MC. And to my family and friends, first Manizal family, Abiano family, Balmonte de Jesus, Nakpil, Arellano, Flojo, Delgado. Thank you for organizing and preparing a delicious meal. I know it's getting colder now, so I don't want to go to Rumble. I'm going to start my real script. Good afternoon, CEO, CMC, distinguished guests, family, friends, Marines, and sailors. First and foremost, I want to give all the glory to God and thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me with this incredible opportunity to serve as an officer in the United States Navy. This milestone would not have been possible without the love, support, guidance, and encouragement of the people surrounding me. You know, being born and raised in the Philippines, I never would have imagined that one day I would be standing here before all of you. Many of you may not know this, but my parents immigrated to the US in 1999 when I was just 7 years old. I didn't understand it at that time, but they made the incredibly difficult sacrifice of leaving my siblings and me in the Philippines while they work to build a better future for us. But looking back now, I understand that every sacrifice, every long day, and every moment apart was made out of love. Standing here today is a reflection of those sacrifices. With that said, I want to thank my parents for making the life-changing decision to bring my siblings and me to the United States, a decision that opened countless opportunities for me and my family. Can we please give my parents a round of applause? Mom, thank you for teaching me to always to do the right thing. Thank you for your unconditional love, your endless support, and for always being there for me and my own family. Dad, thank you for teaching me the importance of faith in God, hard work, and perseverance. You have always led by example, showing me that with determination, integrity, and trust in the Lord, no obstacle is too great to overcome. To my siblings, Trish, Deuce, Ali, and Leah, thank you for always believing in me and inspiring me to become better each day. As your oldest brother, you were among the biggest reasons I enlisted in the US Navy. I wanted to set a good example and be the role model that Mom and Dad always encouraged me to be. To my family in the Philippines, Nay, kung nanonood po kayo, maraming salamat sa pag-alaga niyo sa akin kung bata pa ako. Navy officer na po yung apo niyo. Magpalakas po kayo dyan at sana makapag-celebrate tayo pag uwi natin sa Pilipinas. Mahal na mahal ko po kayo. Tatay Tani at Tita Liz, maraming salamat po sa pagtayo bilang pangalawang magulang namin kung nasa Pilipinas pa ako. Maraming salamat sa pagmamahal, pagkabay at pag-alaga niyo. Dahil sa inyo, narito ako ngayon. Maraming salamat po. To my cousins, Nika and Nit, thank you for always supporting me and for being there for me, especially throughout our elementary and high school years in the Philippines. Some of my best childhood memories were both with you. and I'll always be grateful for your love and friendship. To the Manansal family in the Philippines, Tito Mike, Tito Jay, Tito Sai, Lolo June, and Lola Baby, who is in heaven today, thank you for your love, protection, guidance, and encouragement while I was growing up in the Philippines. I will always be grateful for everything you've done for me. To my family and friends here in the United States, thank you all for being part of my journey. Each of you has made a tremendous impact on my life. To my in-laws, Papa and retired Chief Aliado, fellow 8506, for the new join, it's L31 Alpha now. Thank you for welcoming me into your family and for believing in me from the very beginning. Chief, thank you for being my very first and longest mentor in the Navy. I still remember this day, taking the practice ASVAB down here in Mission Viejo, same city where we're at right now in 2013. And I scored so low. I don't even qualify for any single job. They wouldn't even take me as a CS. Instead of letting me give up, you sat down with me, you broke everything down, you taught me how to prepare, study, and approach the test with confidence. You literally took the ASVAB book and then sliced it up party style, and then I passed the test. When I took the real ASVAB, my score jumped from 12 to 77. That moment changed the course of my life. And because of your mentorship, I'm proud to say that your daughter's childcare coverage is still continuing today, even after your time. To Mami Yomi, thank you for always believing in me and supporting me throughout this journey. You have always shown up for my family and me whenever we needed you. Your love and support allowed us to focus on everything we needed to accomplish. Thank you, Mami. To the Abiada family, Lolo Bill, Lola Oping, Auntie Kay, Auntie Johnny, Auntie Robin, thank you for your support. We're blessed to have you. To my friends, Angelo, Ariel, Mike, Isaiah, Bianca, and Nate, thank you for being the village that my family and I have needed throughout this journey, especially this duty station. Your friendship, encouragement, and unwavering support, have given us the balance, strength of community that every family hopes to have. I love all of you, my family. Whew, that's just my first family battalion. Now, it's time to recognize my second family, the United States Navy, for which I've been blessed enough that I was surrounded with good mentors and leaders. But before I thank them, I'd like to share a quick sea story, just very short. Not too long ago, in Naples, one of my sailors asked me, "Hey, HA2, why do you want to become a lab officer? It's just, more responsibility, a lot of headaches. Why do you want to do that?" To be honest, I agreed with him for a minute, but then I said to myself, I'm just going to change my socks and hydrate. However, that question reminded me of a conversation my wife and I have had many times about my children. Sometimes we wish they wouldn't grow up. It's hard to believe Grace is already 6 and having a conversation like she's an adult. But we both know that growth is inevitable. We cannot stop it. And honestly, we should not. Watching our children grow is one of life's greatest blessings. The same is true in the Navy. When people ask me why I wanted to become a lab officer, I always tell them that it's part of my personal and professional growth. It allows me to continue serving on a greater scale in one of the most important and critical areas of healthcare, the laboratory. And also I blame my mentors. They kept planting the seeds, motivating me to grow in my naval career. During my clinical rotation in San Diego, HMN Lewis made it a point that I studied 2 hours every single day on top of my coursework while in sea school so that I can pass my MLT certification. In Yokosuka, Lieutenant G.G. Javier, Lieutenant G.G. Lazaro, Lieutenant Commander Orr, they're like, "Go to school." "Sir, I went to the Navy. I didn't want to go to school." "No, go to school." So, sir, ma'am, thank you. More than a decade later, those 3 people, they both continue to mentor and support me. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Thank you also for trusting me. Sir, thank you again for flying all the way from Hawaii. Thank you for trusting me as a young 3rd class. Because of your trust and confidence in me, I gained invaluable experience that I still carry with me today. In FSC San Diego, HM3 Madeira helped me navigate my bachelor's degree. Lieutenant Clemens introduced me to the enlisted officer route, showed me that becoming a medical service corps officer was a realistic goal. In Naples, Italy, HM2 Bay, Lieutenant Moreno, again, Lieutenant Commander Orr, provided me with the tools and mentorship to successfully earn my Medlaw Scientist certification. I'd also like to recognize my department head in Naples, Commander Melker. Ma'am, thank you for your leadership, for always taking such good care of me, and especially my family. My family and I truly appreciate you. Chief Chua is not here today, but I want to recognize him. He gave me the foundational tools to begin my officer application. From there, that foundation was strengthened by the mentorship, guidance, and encouragement of Captain Gaskin, Captain Anderson, Captain Silacordier, retired Captain Miller, retired Captain Riggs, again Commander Orr, Commander Melkert, Commander Griswold, L.T. Ruano, Lieutenant J.G. Benjamin, J.G. Yao, J.G. Ajay, J.G. Hopquist, J.G. Javier, J.G. Lazaro, and Dr. H. Thank you to all of you. I want to especially recognize Lieutenant J.G. Ajay. Sir, can you raise your hand? For encouraging me to keep pushing and redirected my mindset to continue to move forward after not being selected twice while serving in Naples. Thank you, sir. Then I reported to 1st Man Battalion, where many of those same mentors continued investing in me while others joined my officer journey. Captain Logo, sir, thank you for your endorsement. Captain Milavec, Captain Granados, Captain Cross, Commander Ford, Commander Rantos, Commander Glaze, Lieutenant Commander Gallo, Lieutenant Commander Panko, XO, LT McNamara, Lieutenant Edwards, JG Mangat, and Lieutenant JG Rock. Thank you. Also, I have to say it's pretty amazing seeing many lab officers in the same room. I'm used to seeing one or two being stationed overseas, so I'll definitely, before you guys leave, save your numbers. So when the CAP inspection opens in Okinawa, I'll be calling this table right here. To my brothers and sisters in Charlie, who are currently deployed, thank you for your sacrifice. Although you couldn't be here today, please know that I'm grateful for your friendship, support, and everything you've shared in Charlie. To the Charlie Company First Class Mess, you know who you are. Thank you for always having my back, friendship, and for your unwavering support. To the Charlie RBE leadership, thank you for your leadership, mentorship, and guidance, and the trust you placed in me throughout my time at the 1st Medical Battalion. A special thank you to the Charlie Triad, past and present, Lieutenant Commander Bakun, Lieutenant Commander Gallo, Lieutenant Khan, Lieutenant McNamara, Master Chief Nieves, Chief Elia, Chief Ellis, and Chief Dodge. Charlie Company, all Charlie Company, Operations and Embark Team, and 3rd Platoon, best platoon in Charlie. Thank you for your trust, support, and confidence in me. Serving as your LPO has been one of the greatest privileges of my career. Thank you for making the transition to LPO, from LPO to OIC a smooth one. I couldn't have asked for a better team, and I'll always be proud of what we accomplished together. To my United States family, thank you for planting the seeds in my life. Every one of you played a part in watering them, nurturing them, and laying the foundation that has led me to this moment. And to my children, Grace, Caden, and Olivia, this one is for you. This commission is for you. Everything I do is to give you a better future and to show that with faith in God, hard work, and perseverance, anything is possible. I hope one day you look back and know that your dad always tried to lead by example. I love you three more than you'll ever know. Last but certainly not the least, I want to thank my wife, my best friend, Jasmine. Babe, thank you for being by my side throughout my officer application journey and my enlisted career. You witnessed every high and every low, every success and every disappointment. And through it all, you never failed to encourage me or remind me to keep moving forward, even when things weren't always perfect. You always gave me a reason to keep believing. Thank you for believing in me, praying with me, and for standing beside me every step of the way. I could have not done this without you. I love you, babe. In closing, guys, I want to leave you with this. This ceremony is really not about me. It's about every person in this room and people that are not here today who invested in me, believed in me, and challenged me, and made this moment possible. I look forward to this next chapter of my career, and I couldn't be more excited to join the lab team in Okinawa. I hope to pay it forward the same mentorship, the same leadership and encouragement so many of you have given me throughout my journey. Thank you all for taking the time to celebrate with my family and me today. Please enjoy the food and refreshments prepared for you. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please come forward and congratulate the Navy's newest Medical Service Corps officer. And on behalf of Ensign Dresden Manzala, I would like to thank you for attending this momentous occasion for him and his family and friends that are here today. A buffet with refreshments are available following the ceremony. And once again, thank you and have a fine Navy Day.